I turned a $200 list into a $5,000 note brokering fee. Do you want to unlock note deals in 2025 with one simple list trick? Well, let's dive in. I'm going to show you how. Sourcing notes is the lifeblood of note investing. Without deals, what you're doing is just reading blogs for fun. Okay, is that fair to say? Today I'm going to be showing you how to unlock note deals using one simple trick, which is buying targeted note holder lists from reputable sources, like the one I'm linking you to down below. Okay, this is not about cold calling strangers or begging banks. It's about efficiency, precision, and leveraging data to connect private note sellers with buyers. Now, I've been brokering notes since 1996, and this method consistently delivers for newbies and pros alike. So let's break this down. First, understand what a note holder list is. These are curated databases of private individuals or entities holding seller-financed mortgages, land contracts, or similar notes. Think of a retiree who sold their home in 2025, taking back a $50,000 mortgage at 4.5% interest. Okay, for example, okay, they're out there. And lists, like I'm linking you to down below, or similar platforms can help you find them. Now, these lists include names, contact information, and note details like balance or payment status. In this year, 2025, with foreclosures up about 8%, there are more note holders open now to selling for liquidity. And what that does, in my view, is make these lists gold, pure gold, right? Now, so why lists? Well, they're faster than scouring public records or sweet-talking small banks. A good list costs anywhere from $100 to several $100, depending on size and quality, okay, but it saves weeks of legwork. Now, for beginners with no capital, this is your entry point to brokering. You don't need $5,000 to start. You need a list and a phone. Connect a seller to an institutional buyer, earn a fee of 3 to 5%, and repeat. My note brokering program, linked to this down below, teaches this step by step. Now, second, you want to choose a reputable list provider. Okay, again, the link down below to the list I'm using is a go-to. It's my go-to because their data is verified, updated, focused, okay, on private note holders, not bank-owned loans. We're in the private note market, okay, secondary market. Avoid sketchy online marketplaces that promise cheap lists. They're often outdated or fake. So in 2010, as I recall, I wasted something like, I think, $300 on a junk list. Now, it was a bad mistake. Half the contacts were deceased. How about that? Wow. Stick with proven sources. Okay? A good list should have at least 500 names, filterable by state or note type, and it should cost less than a fancy dinner. Okay? A pro tip for you: cross-referencing list data with county records for free, just to check for yourself if you're skeptical, I should say. Third, you want to work the list strategically. Okay, don't blast emails out there like a used car salesman. Call or mail personalized letters. I like to mail first. The interested parties will call back. Okay, in 2025, this year here, direct mail still works. I dropped a thread on, I believe, February 18th, 25 on X that covered this. Now, a simple letter saying, "I connect note holders with buyers for quick cash. Are you interested?" That gets responses. Expect a 1 to 2% hit rate. $1,000 name might yield you 10 to 20 leads, for example. Okay, that's no small change, right? Follow up politely, but be persistent. Okay, one lead can turn into a $50,000 note deal with a $2,500 fee. Okay, that's real potential there, right? It's not life-changing, but it's a start. It's about making money systematically, okay, steadily and systematically. That's the kind of thing that I like, and this is how you get there, right? So here's an anecdote from, I believe it was 2019 or thereabouts. I bought a $200 list, right, targeting Florida note holders. Okay, one seller, it was a retired teacher, as I recall, held a $60,000 seller finance mortgage from the sale of a duplex. What she wanted was cash to fund her grandkids' college. Okay, I called, I explained how note brokering worked, connected her with a private investor I've met through John Richards' networking strategies. Check my thread from, I believe it was May 18th, 25 for those tips. The investor ended up paying $55,000, I believe, or thereabouts, pretty close for the note. I earned a fee of, I believe, right around $5,000. I'm pretty accurate, I think, on that. The deal took roughly 3 weeks, which is pretty average. I mean, they can be quicker, but that was a pretty average closing time, right? And so one list, zero capital, and a fee, right? So the trick, the list gave me her contact, right? Follow up, close the deal. Results vary, but this approach works if you work it. So the fourth thing is qualify the leads, okay, to save time. What you want to ask of the sellers that respond is, what is the balance of the note, okay? What is the interest rate? Payment history, okay? $5,000 note at 4.25% with solid payments is more attractive in 2025 than a $50,000 non-performer. So for new people, focus on performing first position notes. Okay, you can avoid complexity this way, right? If the seller's note fits, pitch it to your buyer network. Start with our broker program. If you got nowhere else to go, this is a fabulous way to start. It's going to teach you the ropes, walk you through the entire process. Okay, we have a link down below to that. This program also will show you how to build a buyer list fast. Okay. Fifth thing is you want to protect yourself legally. Okay, consult local regs before brokering. Okay, some states require a license for note brokering, others don't. 30-minute call to an attorney can save you headaches, right? I'll use a simple contract outlining your fee, typically 3 to 5% of the note sale price. My mini course at noteinvestors.com includes these things, templates as well. Link down below to it. Okay. What if you have $5,000 or more to invest? What if you actually have some money to invest if you're just starting out? Well, what you could do then is buy a small note directly from your leads, okay, lead sources. So in this case, you're buying for your own account and spending your own money. Now, I'd broker notes first for a while before you, so you get familiar with the process, right, before you buy a note for yourself if you're just starting from ground zero with no experience, okay? But once you're ready to buy a note for your own portfolio, well then, say a $5,000 note at 4.5% might cost $4,000. I'm just generalizing here, yielding monthly payments and a tidy profit, right? Or a partner with a buyer in a joint venture, split the profits. My note investing formulas program, which is coming up, watch for that. It's going to dive deeper into these types of creative strategies. I think you're really going to love it once we have it ready, which is actually pretty soon. I think pretty close toward the fall, and that's coming up fast, even though it's really hot outside. But fall is coming up. All right. So sourcing notes does not need to be hard. Okay, a targeted list like ours can unlock deals in just weeks. Okay, start with my free mini course at noteinvestors.com if you haven't gone through that already. To learn the basics of note brokering, just go to our site. Again, we have a link down below, noteinvestors.com. Just sign up and you'll start receiving kind of a drip format, which you're going to love, kind of a day-by-day format that's going to get you up to speed on the business itself. Okay, so results vary. Contact local regulations. One list can change your game, right, in 2025. Subscribe, of course, for next week's tip on due diligence.